Hello everybody, welcome on board of the Oracle boat. My name is Natalia, and today is going to be a slightly different episode and slightly different reading than usual. First of all, I would like to address a few comments that I have got under my videos. I am quite new on YouTube. As you might have noticed, my audience is growing slowly but surely. Thank you very much for jumping on board and joining me on this journey so far. I have received a few comments underneath my videos that I would like to address. Thank you so much for reaching out. I've got a few comments from you requesting the videos that haven't gone viral about with the readings for the month of October and September. As you might have noticed, I haven't been keeping up very well with the zodiac readings. Some of you didn't get the readings in those months, and I do apologize for that. That is due to a few things that happened in my life. Unfortunately, on the beginning of September, end of August, I lost a friend in a car accident, and have been taking care of his boat together with my partner. And we were looking for his family so we could hand over the boat, as the boat was slowly sinking and gaining an interest of the people from the canal. Also, a few days later, I have been notified that my sister has been murdered by her husband, who then most likely committed a suicide. And it took some time to get my head around it, and also this is not something that I wanted to share at first, because there was police involved, a lot of media coverage as well, and the case is still ongoing, and we still don't know exactly what happened. We do have some feelings about it. We do have some conclusions, but the main conclusion, unfortunately, isn't going to change ever, and that she's gone. And it's hard to put your head around things like this, doing what I do. Sometimes you might feel like you got it all and you can control everything that happens just because you have a gift and because you can see things coming. Unfortunately, that sometimes isn't the case, and not everything can be controlled, not everything can be changed. Sometimes it's just other people's fate, and sometimes it's just the bad luck, and bad things happen to good people. So it took some time for me to get my head around it. Therefore, I wasn't really putting many videos out there, and I do apologize. I only wanted to let you know that going forward in the future, there is going to be more consistency, and I will make sure that there is everyone's reading out there on time, starting from November. So bear with me, and that is surely going to happen. Thank you so much for reaching out in the meantime and asking for those videos, because it did pull me together in a way that, okay, someone is actually waiting for those videos. Someone actually cares, and someone actually is looking forward to see them, and that means a lot. So thank you so much for that. Today's reading is going to be slightly different, and I'm going to take a little risk here, as it is going to be pinpointing at certain individuals that I think you as an audience, my main audience I notice comes from United States, you might be quite interested about. So today I would like to have a look at the elections and how things are going to play out between Kamala and Trump. I'm going to do my best to be apolitical, which I am, anti-political in general, if I could throw anything into the box of voting, that would be a grenade. But unfortunately, we don't live in those kind of times where we can get on without politicians. It seems we might not be ready as a society to embrace Taoism and going with the nature instead of politics, I guess. Well, I'll leave that be, and I'm going to focus on Donald Trump and Kamala, how the elections are going to go, and who is more likely to win, what kind of result that is going to bring, and we'll see. It's a difficult topic to read for politics. Usually I do this kind of readings based on dreams and not so much of the cards, but we'll see. Maybe this is going to trigger something, then there would be another video to follow up on that. So today I'm kind of sticking a naked ass in front of you all and hoping for the best in that sense. So let's have a look how the elections are going to go in the United States. Who is going to win? Who is going to become a president? Is it Kamala or is it Donald Trump? And we will take it from there. So who is winning the elections in the United States 2024? Who is going to win the elections? Also, I'm going to see what kind of potential each of the candidates are bringing as a person, and as the backup that they're working with, of the people that they got their back, and what kind of energies they're going to bring, what kind of consequences on the arena, on the political arena, we can expect with each one of them winning. Because sometimes, you know, we hope that that one person is going to change it all, but it's never just one person. It's usually a huge settlement behind their backs, and there is promises that they make as well in order to win, and consequences within international politics as well. So first of all, who is winning the elections? What is more likely to happen? Who is going to win those elections in the United States for in the year 2024? Is it going to be Donald Trump? Is it going to be Kamala? Who is winning? Do you know what? I'm going to grab a different deck. That one. Today's Journey Tarot. I feel like this one is going to be much better. For this particular question. Let's see. I feel like both of the candidates are really quite strong, surprisingly. I've made a post a few years back. You can actually trace it on my Instagram about Donald Trump, where he was starting to work on his image and planning his way back to the political arena. And that was basically, and that was based on my dreams. That's normally what I go by. And I'm really quite surprised to see that he has made it this far. It's quite astonishing after all that has happened. It's quite astonishing that he's gone this far, and he's actually one of the two main candidates for presidency again. It's a big surprise. You can check my Instagram, and you can go back into the dreams. I have been writing them down. I should have probably been making videos all the time, I guess I just didn't have the balls to do it. But you can trace it back on my Instagram. Let's see, who is winning those elections in United States in 2024? Is it Donald Trump? Is it Kamala? Who is becoming a president this year in United States? Who is going to be a president of the United States? Who is becoming a president in 2024? Alright, so I can see there is a celebration, the 4 of fire, people doing barbecues, people gathering, people celebrating, as the president has been chosen. And the president happens to be a man. The way I see it, Donald Trump is winning the election this year. We have 9 of water. Actually, I should have checked, and I will do it just now. What is the date of birth? What is the date of birth of President Donald Trump and Kamala? I wish I prepared that earlier. It's a bit of a spontaneous one today. And then date of birth. 14th of June. June. Well, we have water here, right? I was wondering, what is he a water sign? Yes, he is. June. June is Cancer. 14th of June. Not necessarily Cancer yet. That is between the air and the water. Between a Gemini and Cancer. Now let's see about Kamala. I'm going to write this down. Let me grab a pen and paper. And let's have a look in more detail. I'm also a numerologist, and I can tell when people are full of shit, and I got numbers to prove it. But I can tell a lot from a date of birth, and let's have a look at what is actually going on there. So Donald Trump, 14th, 06, 1946. 14th, 06, 20. Right. We can already tell that as a problematic aspect is number 20 for Donald Trump, which is the fame. Bad fame, I guess. How accurate is that? And big gatherings of people. Number 20, that's the judgment card also. Judgment as being judged, and justice system of some sort as well. Also, it can indicate that anything that is difficult for Donald Trump might happen within big crowds of people as well. Let's see about Kamala. Let's see, what is Kamala's date of birth? October 20th. Which is Libra. Okay, one thing about Libra is really hard to tell who they really are. They it's the opposite of Trump, because Donald Trump is literally what you see is what you get. And the 20th of the 10th, there we've got as a problematic aspect, we've got number 8. Number eight. So let me explain. There we go. What's the problem with Kamala here? If you know Tarot, if you know Major Arcana, the Strength card very often symbolizes law issues. Well, it depends how you're going to read it, because you can read it as a Strength card or you can read it as a Justice card. Then we've got problem with the law here, but well, let's stick to what we've got. We've got a Strength card, and the Strength card very often symbolizes problems with abuse, some sort of abuse. Sometimes it is abuse towards others, and sometimes it's abuse on the receiving end. Not something that's a bit sticky. That's a little sticky. Now, when we put these two problems together, which is 20, and as we were talking about Donald Trump, about his problematic aspect, number 20, we've got coffins in this tarot card as well. Groups of people in coffins. This has something to do with death, and this has something to do with groups of people and being in big crowds as well. When we put these two together, we've got 28, and then when we minus 22, which is the number of the Major Arcana, we've got 6. 6, and 6 shows the problem with, well, relationships in general. Well, that doesn't surprise me, because I cannot see how they could possibly have any kind of relationship, not really romantic obviously, but any kind of established relation here is not going to work. These two people would never be able to cooperate in that sense, which they're not supposed to, because they're obviously competing with each other. So okay, so Donald Trump is the one that is closer. Well, you could argue which one is closer to the water sign. I guess I would have to also look at the moon and moon sign as well. But the way I see it on my maps, it's more likely that Trump is winning. Now, is Trump actually going to become a president? Because you can win, but you might not become a president, for various different reasons. So let's see what the future has got for Kamala and what the future has got for Donald Trump. Because there is something, I pulled a third card as well, which is 9 of Air, right next to it. So there is a celebration. There is a man winning, and then there is some sort of despair. Someone is really not happy about it. Someone is really anxious. Someone here is like really afraid of, like, in a way, the past coming out. You see all these files that she is looking at here, the letters. These are the written truths, and maybe there is files. Maybe there is something that he wants to expose as soon as he gets elected. And I have a very strong feeling that there is something he is planning to expose, but he cannot do it until he gets elected. And maybe this is the reason why we are getting this card right next to it, which, have a look at it. Someone really is not happy about this. Someone is really feeling that they are done, that it's over. It's over right now. If he won, then it's over. Let's see. Let's see what kind of future lies ahead of Donald Trump and what kind of future lies ahead of Kamala Harris. Let's have a look. What's yet to happen this year around Donald Trump, with Donald Trump? What is he planning to do? What is going to happen? And the same for Kamala Harris. There we go again, Kamala. The Strength card. What is that supposed to mean? Well, not like it's rosy on each of the sides, because here with Donald Trump we've got the devil. So first of all, let's see what's going on around. What's going on with Donald Trump? Donald Trump is going ahead. You see, this is a gate card. This is one of the gate cards. So this is the time where you close one chapter and open another, and you're going through with it. You are actively going through. As if we're talking about collecting votes, I would say that's quite a lot of votes. And the reverse devil, though, there is something here. I feel like the reverse devil has something to do with exposing some groups of people, and possibly as well there might be well, let's leave it there for now. But do you know what, it's like there's a sticky business there. There's some sort of sticky business. Maybe these are the people that support him. Maybe this is about the people he wants to expose, but I would say he is going ahead, whilst Kamala, Eight of Cups. Now that looks like she's running away with the tail between her legs. That looks like that's not a success. She's walking away from the settlement, walking away from the opportunity. And we've got the Strength card again. The Strength card can the Strength card can suggest that there is some sort of abuse of some sort again. Is that abuse towards her, or is it the abuse that is going to be exposed in the meantime? This could also mean health issues as well. Strength card sometimes represents that there is something going around health, and it doesn't seem like she's gone forever though. It looks like there is a long-term plan on coming back and still pushing through, like no, I'm not giving up. Yes, I might be moving away from the spotlight for now, but it doesn't mean I'm giving up. and I'm definitely going to continue being persistent here. So that's quite interesting. I would say, looking at these cards, more chances. There's more chances that it's Donald Trump who is winning. Let's see what is Donald Trump going to bring, and what would that be that Kamala, well, what would they both bring in becoming a president? I feel like Donald Trump had enough of something here. This 10 of Wands, right next to the reversed devil, suggests that I've had enough of corruption. I've had enough of abuse of some sort. I've had enough of lies. There is that he's going ahead with something, and he's going to expose something. This is how I feel, and this is why certain people around him, some people will be celebrating, some people will be definitely not celebrating. Just the opposite here. Let's have a look. What is it that they're going to bring? Let's see about that. Given that Donald Trump becomes the president, what is he going to bring? I feel like there might be some sort of, like, Donald Trump is covering his head. He's hiding from the devil. He's covering his head. He's trying to shield himself. He's trying to shield himself and cover his head. It's as if he picked a fight with the devil. Maybe this card over here represents Kamala and her disappointment of losing with such a person as Donald Trump. But I have a feeling there is more to it. There is some files, there is some documents that might possibly be released, and it's just going to destroy certain people. Absolutely destroy them. Let's see, what is Donald Trump going to bring, given that he wins the elections? And what is Kamala going to bring, given that she wins the elections? In fact, I should ask, what they both going to bring internally for United States and externally at the international arena. So we'll see. We'll do 2 cards. Right, so again, internally, Donald Trump. This card symbolizes a situation where someone we loved, cherished, admired, we completely change our mind about that person. And I feel that this has something to do with him exposing something here, possibly about maybe a politician or a group of people that were influencing the politics and the politicians that were involved. Possibly a politician that have had a very strong popularity. And a very good image, and was loved and cherished, and this is shifting. All of a sudden this person is not cherished anymore. All of a sudden this person is being hated by the nation. So something here changes, something switches, and like I said, someone who, I don't think that this would be about Trump, because Trump really comes from the opposite angle. He was hated and loved, and the amount of hate that he received before he even started. Have you noticed when he was compared, even before becoming a president for the first time, he was compared to Obama. His marriage was compared to Obama's marriage, and at the same time Obama received a Nobel Prize before he even became a president, which was a Peace Nobel Prize. And how do you even compare these two? It's like, how do you make this kind of statement before people actually become presidents and go through their presidency and have a chance to show the world who they really are, what they really bring? That's quite interesting. And maybe now the roles will shift. Maybe you see this person here is actually a dark-skinned person. Obama is a very charismatic person, very much loved, and also supported for the adversities that he had to go through in order to become a president. Could that possibly have something to do with Obama? Or maybe it's just a symbol of any politic or any person that is well known, or establishment that was respected, and now things are going to change. People are going to change their mind, and the love, respect, and admiration is going to shift into rage and disappointment. That's what he's bringing internally for his country. When we're talking about external politics, ooh, what's that? Walk the plank, walk the plank. Are we getting rid of some alliances here? That's my question. You can see that in this card, there is a person walking the plank. Everyone is pointing the knives, and everyone is like, walk the plank, walk the plank, walk the plank, and then you walk it, and then you jump, and then you're gone. Problem solved. And doesn't seem like this person can swim very far with the sharks in the water. I guess that's the pirate way to go. Are we getting rid of alliances here? Possibly. That is quite possible. Now, looking at Kamala and what she... that's interesting, because again, it's just that card just kind of flipped when I was trying to move on to Kamala, but it flipped on the side of Donald Trump. And again, this has something to do, like, choose your alliances. Would you rather be alone, or would you have this kind of alliance? And here we've got the Hermit. So what do you think is going to happen? There is some sort of alienation, separation, loneliness. Let me just solve my problems by my own. It seems like the ship is sailing away, and the Hermit is staying on the island, deciding to sort himself out without the help of anyone else. And so that seems like the ship is sailing away. Or, well, in this case as well, the ship is sailing away. So I have a strong feeling that there might be some alliances, that maybe just one, that will fall out under the influence of presidency of Donald Trump. Now, looking at Kamala, we've got a World card, and in this particular deck is a pirate deck of cards. You can see there is a map and someone holding the map. And it's good to have a map as long as you know where you're going. I mean, if you can see the map, you can see the places, you can see where to get, how to get where. However, if you don't know where you're going, what do you need a map for? Sometimes this card represents a situation where you can... you might know how to do things, but you don't know what to do. And also, looking at the map. Why would you be looking at the map when we're talking about internal business here? Is this about the trade? Is this about invading other countries? It's hard to tell, but it seems like there is some sort of lack of direction here. Things are not exactly the way they seem to be. I mean, when you look at the map looks completely different than the reality sometimes. I mean, it does, in a scale of things, represent the proportions and the distances and where to go and how to get there, but sometimes the map is not the answer for everything. Now, when it comes to external politics, we've got the Nine of Chalices, and here the Nine of Chalices, in traditional meaning, it means that you are milking something. You are milking, so look at this card. You are milking something that is not your own resource. It's not the result of your own hard work. So it seems like there is something that even Kamala would be afraid to do when it comes to international politics. And she would just have a responsibility to do it. And you see the Strength card. Someone with a Strength card in a problematic aspect as a president is not someone who is rooting for peace. This is not the person who wants peace. This is the person who either attracts some sort of aggression or causes the lack of peace within the country. The Strength card can indicate some sort of abuse. If we're talking about international relationships, well, that doesn't look really peaceful. Now, when we look at the Ten of Swords, that was symbolizing the international politics under the rulership of Donald Trump under his presidency. I need to mention the traditional way of reading the Ten of Swords is the end of craziness, of something that is absolutely crazy. Swords are talking about the mind. The Ten of Swords is rather a heavy energy of the mind and where the mind can get. Not a very heartfelt situation. This is the situation where the mind takes you too far. Perhaps it's the end of crazy politics, international politics, a complete change of certain behavior of United States that has been there for quite some time, and that's it, no more. We, also walking the plank before, it's like, yeah, I'm done with it. I'm not doing it. I'm just going to evacuate from this ship. We're not sailing this way anymore. There is a change of course for sure. It's absolutely a change of external politics, change of international politics, where we're not doing anything crazy anymore. The battery died on me. That's looking interesting. Another thing I would like to look at, because I really did not like the Devil card next to the Ten of Wands, because it does on Donald Trump's side, because it seems like there is no support. There is some kind of like a blocked way. He can only do this much at a time, and there is the Devil card that is reversed next to it. And Devil card, especially reversed, can talk about some sort of abuse, aggression, even towards Donald Trump. Even black magic directed at him. So does Kamala Harris. She's got the Strength card reversed as well. That's also quite nasty. And let's see maybe what's going to happen around them during the campaign, and what is happening around them. Maybe not during the campaign, but in general, in those coming months or year or so. I have a feeling that November is going to be really explosive, and a lot of things are going to shake us up at the end of the year. The 2025 is starting with a blast of some sort. And that could be on many levels. That could be on the levels of our personal life. That could be politically, internationally, locally. And that could happen in many different ways. Let's see what's happening. What is going to happen around Donald Trump? And what is going to happen around Kamala Harris in the next months, up to a year, because this is also very important. Nobody becomes the president out of their own efforts only, and without a support of any other people or organizations. So let's have a look. What's happening around Donald Trump? What will happen around Donald Trump? What will happen? What is happening around Kamala Harris? Or maybe let's put it in a different way. What is happening to Donald Trump? What is happening to Kamala Harris within the next month, half year? Kamala Harris is receiving an offer, and Kamala Harris also has a lot of support, she's got a lot of backing up within the structures, within the supporters. Also, there is the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is a chance. It's an opportunity here. It's nice to have an ace, right? Well, these are very positive cards, so it doesn't seem like Kamala is going to suffer a lot. And the Ace of Wands, it's you know, there is a chance given here, a very, very strong chance for something. Who knows? Maybe if Trump wins the elections, she's going to be offered a role within the structures as well. Possibly. These are actually very good cards. She's not going to suffer there. She's going to be doing really, really well. When it comes to Donald Trump, things are very unstable with Donald Trump. With the Wheel of Fortune, whenever the Wheel of Fortune comes up in the reading, when we're asking about what is happening, there is a big change, and it's out of the blue, it's out of control, and everything can go literally 50-50 here. It seems that he might be suffering from someone withholding funds or support, financial support. It seems that he's getting a lot less support here than Kamala. With the Four of Pentacles, that's a situation where, if we're talking about support of money, financial support, that's someone withholding the funds or holding them very close, not sharing. Being stingy, also withholding information as well. Not really cooperating, not opening up, there is no initiative of any sort of help. And I have a feeling with the Wheel of Fortune right next to it, it has something to do with money, with the funds in general. The Knight of Wands as well over here. The Knight of Wands might suggest what I was just talking about, that there was some sort of support, there was a promise, but it's not going ahead. We are talking about what's happening around them, what is happening around. Also, the wands have something to do with the head. This card also has something to do with the head. Before, I could see that he was covering his head as well, and that was right next to the Devil's card. And the Devil's card also talks about money, but as well talks about aggression too. The Wheel of Fortune does indicate that, well, it's a risky reading, I have to say, because the situation around Donald Trump can change the course of action. If it was only to Donald Trump and his voters, this is a straight pathway to a victory. However, what's happening around him is making it very wobbly. So the way I see it, it can still go one of the two ways over here. The Knight of Wands suggests that someone, possibly from his surroundings, someone who is supporting him, possibly financially, might change their mind. This card represents a situation where someone starts something but doesn't finish for some reason. Also, wands, they have something to do with the head, as we can see on this card. There is something to do with the head. I think I'm going to drop it here because this is probably enough for now. If I will get any more insight, I'll definitely make another video about it. And for now, I'm going to conclude this reading, and I'd like to wish you a very good month of November, and I will see you very shortly for zodiac readings as well for the month of November. So bye for now.